What do we really know about the people we see every day? We may know the face, we may know their name, but we probably don't know their story. Nor do we know their struggles. This is his. You may have seen his face before, and some of you even know his name, but many of you have no idea of his struggles or what he has been through. Yet. Javon was born with autism on December 4th, 1996. When he was 3 years old, he was diagnosed with Asperger's syndrome.
Autism is a developmental disorder that affects the way the brain develops. And this disorder is characterized by difficulty in communicating, forming relationships, and using repetitive language and actions.
Yes. I didn't feel a reason to tell him. I felt like he should emulate his brother. He has an older brother, and I felt that, he needs to focus on being a everyday, regular person. And I felt that he would use it as an excuse.
Javon had an older brother named Josh, but they never did much of anything together due to the fact that Josh was 3 years older than him and they both enjoyed two completely different things.
We didn't really have a good bond. Like me being the outgoing type and always into sports and being the athletic one out of us two, it was more so me always going out and doing stuff. While with him, it was more so just hanging out in the room, playing video games and watching TV constantly every day.
When Javon was in 5th grade, he was overweight and was getting bullied almost every day, but he never told anyone of the bullying until recently.
Not so much as today, but before it was like, he was always the bigger one and always getting picked on, which is one of the reasons why he didn't go out a lot.
He was so loved at his school in 8th grade by his fellow students and faculty that on graduation day, he won the Sean Mott Unsung Hero Award. This award is given to the most improved and most unforgettable student of the graduating class.
When he went and graduated from school, he got the Unsung Hero Award, and I didn't think he was going to get an award. None of us thought he was going to get an award, and we didn't see why we were, even there, because he really worked hard. And the principal read this speech and would just say how Javon would go and say, "How's your day going? How's the kids doing?" I mean, he was just generally polite, and he had just grew into such a great kid as far as, always complimenting and talking to everybody.
His freshman year in high school, Javon's counselor enrolled him into a peer group for kids who had a hard time socializing. However, they soon came to realize that he didn't need it.
I felt like group for Javon was optional. His social skills are very good. He was able to express how he felt. He was able to understand other people's feelings, read their body language. So his verbal and nonverbal skills are definitely up to par for a young man his age. And he usually came back to help the other young men in group and to offer advice.
His sophomore year, he decided to play football, something people with his condition are usually unable to do.
First time I met Javon, it was probably, I'll say January, maybe mid-February of his freshman year, in the weight room actually, when we started preparing for the following season. And at that point, no, we weren't aware of his condition. What we've actually tried to do, once we became aware of his condition, is when the things we've taught him, we've tried to condense it, not give him too much at one time, let him grow, let him get a little bit at a time, grow, and then give the next chunk, and then the next chunk, and then the next chunk.
One day, Javon came home from practice and his grandmother jumps out of her chair, gives him a kiss on the cheek, and tells him how proud she is of him. Then hands him a newspaper, and what does he see? A full page written entirely about him.
To get written about in the paper, that was a really good feeling. I'm a lineman, of course. Linemen don't get that much praise, especially in the newspapers or whatever. So me having a whole 1,000-word page written about me, that felt special, felt good.
And at this point, Javon's been successful enough that this past season, at the end of the season, he actually was given an award by the entire Philadelphia Public League. And this award is called the Gary Butler Award for overcoming adversity in the public league. And it's only given out to only given out to one football player in the entire league. And this for 2013, it'll be Javon.
They told my mom when I was like 3 years old that I was going to not have any long-term relationships with people, not have any real like long friendships. I have more friends now than I can even count. Some of them going back to my kindergarten years. I'm not supposed to be able to do any sports because I'm not supposed to be like all up there, like remember the plays or whatever. And I'm playing football, so it's one of the most complicated sports, and I'm doing just perfectly fine with it. And it shows what you can do when you just don't listen to people, when you just be you and don't listen to anybody.
I think he's a great example to other young men who may have any kind of barrier or what they perceive to be a barrier in front of them and have to overcome things. So he is definitely a role model for others, and that makes us extremely proud of him.
You know, it makes me proud, and going to his football games and just seeing him do the things that he did and actually getting the award that he did for All Public, you know, it's a big accomplishment. I really am proud of it. So
I am incredibly proud of Javon's progress. He has come so far from what I ever thought that he would be able to do.
And that'd be the best thing, to see him on TV, be a wonderful thing. And to see him work every day is a wonderful thing. So, you know, as long as he's happy and healthy, it's a wonderful thing. I'm proud of him.
What do we really know about the people we see every day? We may know the face, we may know their name,
but we probably don't know their story, nor do we know their struggles. This is me, Javon Singleton. You may have seen my face before, and some of you even know my name, but now you also know my story, and I wouldn't change a thing.